When we look at what has happened, I think there's probably three stories to tell here. The first one, I'll just be really high level. From FTX up until October last year, I would define that as a hodler dominated regime. For the most part, very spot driven. We saw, yeah, derivatives were there, but not really kind of driving the market. Derivatives got flushed out, a couple of short squeezes, a couple of long squeezes, right? We had a sell off from 29 to 26 in August, some bits and pieces, but for the most part, it was just really, really raw spot driven demand. So under 30K, which there's a number of models that we look, pricing models. One of them from that Coin Time Economics report we did, kind of below 30K is where everyone was underwater by and large. Everyone had a couple of coins that they bought higher than that level.
Mm.
When we got above 30, most people are now break even or higher. Most people who stuck around in the market actually are now in profit. So that's the first thing that changed breaking above 30K. The second thing that changed is new money started to flow in. And by new
Sorry, and when
money,
did
I
that
mean
happen there, Checkmate? That was October.
October.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the wheels really started spinning on this bull market when that October rally broke through 30,000. So
Mm.
if I describe FTX all the way up to 30,000, that I would call an uncertain recovery. The market was like, oh, a bit of PTSD. Fuck, are we going to go back down? Are we going back to zero? There's people saying it's going to 12K. It was really, really strong rally, but 150% just over the course of a year. It was a very resilient and stable rally. Once we busted above 30, we went to 45, right? We essentially did the same move that we did from 20 up to 30 in a handful of weeks. So suddenly we've basically doubled again, right? As we rip through that level at 30K. And
Mm.
not only that, lots of bigger money started to come in, new money. So I would say that breaking 30,000 was a real pivot point in that it changed the market from an uncertain recovery to what I'm going to call an enthusiastic bull, not a euphoric bull, but an enthusiastic bull. And you probably felt it in the
Mm.
sentiment, right? Things just kicked up a gear and people were a bit more excited. It's like, oh, maybe this actually isn't just a big bear market rally. And we've also seen leverage start to climb, but some of that leverage is on the CME, right? These are regulated. In fact, the CME future is now bigger than Binance. That is a major flip.
Wow.
The other thing that's really important is that the options market is now as big, sometimes bigger than the futures market. Now, that is a significant shift because, I mean, I trade options here and there, but that's because I'm interested in financial markets. I don't know how many people on Twitter would even know what an option does. I would say
Mm.
very, very few of them.
I'd
They
say
are
so.
just they are just a more complicated asset, and that's where Robinhood make their money, right? They're like, look at these fun little tokens you can buy, and they just go up 100x or they go to zero. Options are a maturing asset, right? Bigger money, more sophisticated trades, more hedging. The market is evolving, right? CME is bigger than Binance. Options are now as big as futures. New money is starting to flow in. October to now has been a real growing up phase of Bitcoin is now on the scene. It's real.
Mm.
And now we have what I'm calling the end of the beginning. The ETFs going live is the end of Bitcoin's 15-year maturation phase. It's gone from an adolescent to an adult. It is now out there in the big boy world, and it's going to get attacked from Wall Street. It's going to get attacked from governments. It's going to get accepted by governments. It's going to get accepted by Wall Street. It's going to get shilled and shat on left, right, and center by all of these big entities because it's on the big playing field now. And it's now, I mean, it's the 10th biggest asset in the world. It's now on its own 2 feet, and we're going to have all sorts of weird and wonderful debates about what do ETFs mean? Are people shorting this thing? Is there leverage here? Is there? It's going to become such a fascinating market to analyze. But that's my kind of general view. We've left the beginning of Bitcoin's life,
Yes.
and we're now in the next level, next phase of it.